All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Oh man, I tried multiple times to get this stream started and it just did not want to cooperate. But finally we are here. And we are ready for the Sunday Night Football matchup of week number 2 in the NFL season. I'm going to have to delete these other 3 failed attempts at a stream because I kept getting an API error for some bizarre reason, which is so annoying when I try to start up a stream and OBS. It's like, no, you run into an error. Take a look at the details. Like, click this link in the error message. Well, anyways, here we are, and we have the battle between Michael Penix Jr. and J.J. McCarthy. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. It's J.J. McCarthy's first game at home, where he'll be a starter. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I will say, there's some bad news on our part. Unfortunately, Snark's not going to be here with us tonight. He's working late. So it's going to be, for the first time in a while, my first solo Sunday night game. Which is fine. I mean, I've done solo gigs before, so this is not anything. This isn't anything new. This is how I started off. So really, this isn't anything new. So I'm completely fine with running the show on my own. So, with this being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. So, Vikings against the Falcons. As we witnessed last week, the Vikings pulled off an incredible comeback against the Bears on Monday night. As for the Falcons, they suffered a brutal loss, I believe, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 1. So, got quite a ride ahead of us. It's the Falcons and the Vikings at Minnesota. Vikings are repping their beautiful-looking throwback jerseys. So, let's get to it already. Oh, well, look who it is. Jared Allen, Culinary Academy. Homeschool. He's leading the Skol chants in Minnesota right now. I'm not going to do that because, with all due respect, I'm not a Minnesota fan. And I never will be. Sorry. I'm a Cowboy fan for life. I miss all the failures we've had. So, blow that horn. Damn. I gotta say, though, Jared Allen looks pretty badass in a cowboy hat. And that's saying that as a Cowboy fan. All right, here we go. Will Reichert will kick this away. The Falcons are going to start with the football first. All right, let's give the teams their timeouts. And away we go from Minnesota. The Falcons will take a touchback. And here come the Atlanta Falcons, led by Michael Penix Jr. Now, for future references, yes, I will refer to their running back by their proper by the proper pronunciation, because last year apparently it was wrong. You don't say his name as Bijan Robinson, it's Bijan. So that's how I'm going to refer to him from here on out. Sorry, Bijan. Common mistake, though. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that referred to you as Bijan. All right, here we go. First down for the Falcons as they start from their own 35-yard line after the touchback. Hand up to the aforementioned Bijan Robinson. Bijan with a big play. Bijan inside the Vikings 40-yard line. Right off the bat, the Falcons with a big play. Bijan Robinson breaks away already in the Vikings territory. Wow. What a start. Holy crap. Rid of all the dust on this camera. I always have to do this. Now the Minnesota 40. Back to Bijan on the ground on first down. Bijan breaks away again. Another first down inside the 25. Oh, man. Last week against Tampa Bay, 100 receiving yards. Most in the NFL among running backs. So Bijan proved he could be an effective receiver as much as he can be an effective running back. All right. First down from the 23-yard line of the Vikings. Back to Bijan again. This time, though, he doesn't pick up a first down. Down at the 18-yard line. All right, Michael Penix Jr. last week against Tampa. 27 completions for 298 passing yards. 2 total touchdowns and not a single turnover. Yet they lost. All right, second down at 5. They're at the 17-yard line. Hand off to Bijan. Slips off and will only get 1. Becomes a victim of the turf monster. Bijan loses his balance and is only going to get 1 yard on that carry. This will now bring up a 3rd and 4. And we have a timeout as the play clock winds down to almost nothing. Atlanta will use their first timeout already. So the Falcons didn't look like they were lined up as the play clock expired. They had to burn their first TO. All right, so again, it's 3rd down and 4 for Atlanta. They're at the 17-yard line, needing to get to the 13-yard line. God, I can't do quick math like this. 3rd and 4. Robinson's in the backfield. He's lined up behind center. Penix looking to pass, and they whistle this play dead as there was movement prior to the snap. Oof. False start on the Falcons. They go back 5 yards further as Bijan Robinson gets flagged for the false start. So now becomes a 3rd and 9. Whew. They started off so promising, now it's all crumbling for them. as they're now backed up to the 23-yard line. 3rd and 9. Low snap. Penix throws, caught, and short. A gain of 8 will not do it. The Falcons are stopped short of the first down marker. It's going to be 4th and 1. And now what do you do if you're the Falcons? The offense looks like they're staying on the field. They may go for this. The pass was caught on 3rd down by Kyle Pitts. 4th and 1. Uh-oh. Oh, a flag comes down. They get a delay of game. Oh, man, they were not ready again. Cannot get the play off. It's 4th down at 6, and Penix just losing his ever-loving mind. Penix is just upset right now. Now they have to send out the field goal unit. As well, Younghoe Koo is apparently no longer kicking because now they're bringing out the other kicker in Atlanta, Parker Romo. This is going to be a 38-yard attempt. Romo's kick is good. Falcons are able to get on the board. Wow. Delay game penalty really hurt them. Man, that drive just collapsed for Atlanta. They had 2 big rushes with Bijan Robinson. I already screwed it up. I already know I'm going to do that a lot of times here. But 2 big Bijan rushes. And then as they started closing in on that red zone, it just started to collapse. And they only could come away off of this drive with 3 points. But now we will see what the Vikings can do for themselves on offense. All right, here's the kickoff. We'll see Minnesota with the football for the first time tonight. Here's the return. He tries to break away, gets down to the 27-yard line. And here come the Vikings. right, first down for the Vikings as they start from their own 27. McCarthy, quick throw to his left. Slips in. I don't know if he caught that or not. He did. Gain of 2. So J.J. McCarthy, 64-3 record as a starter since high school, was a 10th overall pick in last year's draft, but missed his rookie season with a torn meniscus that eliminated him for the season. Now here he is in his second year, technically, but his first actual year as a starter. Second down and 8. Toss to Aaron Jones. Stopped at the line. Cannot do anything there. Third down coming up for Minnesota. Third and 7 from the 30. McCarthy gets out of a sack. He'll run. One man up. Beat! He reaches for the first down. Does he get it? He does not. It's a fourth and short. Oh. So it's a 4th and 1. Offense is staying out on the field. Oh my God! If the Vikings try their own version of the brotherly shove, oh, you got to be kidding me! This isn't guaranteed to work for Minnesota. My God, they're not even anywhere near the first down line. They lost yardage. It's a turnover on downs. Football goes back to the Falcons. What were they thinking trying to run a brotherly shove in Minnesota? It always works for Philly, but for Minnesota, oh my God, and McCarthy fumbled the snap. No wonder it didn't work. Good God. McCarthy couldn't even come close to handling it. Hence why they lost yardage. First down, Atlanta. Now the Falcons start their next drive at the Minnesota 35. And up to Bijan Robinson. Robinson on the right side. Brought down at the 30. Gain of 5, second down. Second down and 4. Penix. Quick throw to Robinson. Robinson's got the first down and more. Down at the 20. First down, Atlanta. All right, 8:06 left in this first quarter. Are they reviewing it to see if Bijan Robinson completed the catch? I don't understand what's taking them so long to regroup and get ready for the next play. Unless there's something going on that's preventing them from doing so. No, they're all huddled up. So what the heck was with the delay? God, that made no sense. Golly, that made absolutely no sense. Dude, what is going on? Oh, that's what happened. Huh. So Robinson turned out to not have picked up the first down. It's now 3rd and 3. So Robinson must have caught it, but then got it down by contact 3 yards shy. Okay, that was weird. Oh, well, it's a 3rd down and 3 for Atlanta. They're at the 30. Vikings look like they're bringing a blitz. Penix throws. Pass is caught. Kyle Pitts. First down at the 15. They get it anyway. Wow. All right, coming up on 8 minutes left. First down for the Falcons. From the 15. Pitts throws. Robinson's got it. Gain of 4 as he's forced out of bounds. All right, 2nd and 5. Coming up on 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Drake London's in motion. Penix throws for Robinson. He can't haul it in. Incomplete 3rd down. All right, 3rd down and 5 from the 10. Penix under some pressure out to his left. Throws. It is incomplete. Intended for Mooney in the end zone. He could not haul it in. 4th down. Oh, boy. Talk about a close one. I believe it was Darnell Mooney who had a chance at it. Could not haul it in. All right. Here's Parker Romo from 29 yards out as they go for another field goal. Good snap, good hold. This kick is good. 3 more for the Falcons. They are up 6-0. And the Vikings will go back to work on offense in just a moment. I'm eating goldfish just while this is going on. Okay. Pretty mad game so far. 6-0 Atlanta, and they will kick it away back to the Vikings in just a second here. All right, kickoff on the way to Minnesota. All right, where's the charger? There we go. Good Lord, 77% of kickoffs returned after having two of the lowest rates in NFL history. All right, here's the return from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 with a flag down. And the penalty is going to be holding on the Vikings, so they'll go back 10 yards. All right. First down from the 14-yard line for the Vikings. And up to Aaron Jones. Runs into his own man, but still on his feet. Will jump for a gain of 7 to the 21-yard line. So Aaron Jones off to a solid start on this drive. Last year had 255 rushes for 1,138 yards, career highs for the guy. Second down and 3 from the 21. Aaron Jones is on the handoff again. Goes to the left side this time. But he cannot get out of the tackle attempt. Just gets 1. It'll be third down and 2. So third down and 2 coming up there at the 22-yard line. Have yet to pick up a first down in this game. McCarthy might throw here. He will. Actually, no, he won't. Sacked by the Falcons. And yet again, the Vikings go 3 and out. So it's fourth down, and I don't know why I got rid of that. Vikings are going to have no choice but to punt this away. Man. Here's the kick. Now I can get rid of that. And it'll be fair caught at about the 27-yard line. This was just like how they started last Monday. Nothing but 3 and outs, and then they started to pick up the pace at the end of the game. Lord. Empty, dude. I completely forgot to get myself some water before the game. Alright, well, quick chair cam. I'm going to go get water. Chair cam, activate. Well, Falcons are continuing to steamroll this Vikings defense, especially because a lot of their notable defenders are out with injuries. They've become the Lions from last year in terms of injuries. And no longer in currently for the Falcons and running back, at least for the moment, is Bijan Robinson, because Tyler Algier is now in at running back. So the Falcons just picked up a first down. They're now at their own 44-yard line. Penix, look out, throws. What a catch, Kyle Pitts. First down in the Vikings territory. Got some pizza I heated up here. Get that out of the way. And there we go. there's the water. All right, first down from the Minnesota 44-yard line. And we got some jumping. Movement prior to the snap. This is going to be a false start. Oh, on Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was the one that jumped too early this time. Okay, so it becomes a 1st and 15. On first down, Penix throws. It's caught by Drake London. He fumbles. He fumbled. Picked up by the Vikings. As my voice is all kinds of jumbled, the Falcons fumbled. Drake London makes his first catch and fumbles it right into the hands of the Vikings. Oh my God! The first time Drake London makes a catch in this game, he fumbles it. And the Vikings take over. That's big for me fantasy-wise because my opponent actually has Drake London in his fantasy team. He made a catch, but then he fumbles it. That's going to cause him to lose points. He'll probably be in the hole. One reception for 18 yards with that fumble loss. Ooh, only 0.8. It's a close battle right now between me and him. Wow. Well, I did not see that coming. Wow. What a crazy sequence. I just saw a graphic for the Vikings. They're the only team with a takeaway in every single regular season game last season. They just got one here tonight. First down from the 32. McCarthy throws to his right. Pass is caught. Justin Jefferson. Oh, but he does not get the first down. He only gets 9. I think that's a lot. I think the forward progress should have given it to him, but then again, that wasn't where he came down with the football. Justin Jefferson over 1,500 yards, second to Jamar Chase last year. All right, second down and 1. Oops. Handoff to... Who is that? It's not Aaron Jones, their second string running back. Is that Jordan Mason? Yeah, it was. And he gets swallowed up by that Falcons defense. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 as Mason lost the yard. "15 seconds left in this first quarter, and they got to run a play here on 3rd and 2. Play clock is just a couple seconds ahead of the game clock. Here's Mason. Pushes through. Gets the first down as the first quarter comes to an end. Their first down of the game. Minnesota will continue their drive when the second quarter starts in just a moment. Here we go. Starting the second quarter. Vikings just picked up a first down prior to the end of the first quarter. Let's see if they can keep this going. Making good progress so far. First down from the 42. McCarthy sets up a screen for Mason. He can only get 2 yards. Dang. Second down and 8. McCarthy out to his left. Runs it and is going to get out of bounds. Looked like he went for 3 yards, but I think they're going to give him just 1. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7. Oh no, it becomes 3rd and 6. Well, they gave him a 2-yard gain. Still going to be 3rd and long, though. Third down at 6. McCarthy, Falcons bring a blitz. McCarthy throws, jumping catch, what a catch! Oh my God, what a grab! Jalen Naylor for the first down. What a snag! Was that one-handed? No, it was a two-hander, but a very high jumping catch made by Naylor. First down, Minnesota. Now at the Atlanta 41-yard line. Hand off to Mason. Mason finding room. His biggest run of the game so far goes for 6 yards. All right, second down at 4. And there was some jumping. Movement before the snap. It's another false start. That won't help. False start on the offensive lineman, number 76, W. Fries. W. Fries. Who the hell is that? Well, we know it's an offensive lineman, so either way, it's a 5-yard penalty. Second down and 9 coming up. Back to Mason. Mason trying to get some yardage. He's still on his feet. Gets very close to the first down. It's going to be just shy of it. Third and a very short 1 coming up for the Vikings. Whew. All right. Third down and 1. Mason's had 4 rushes for 16 yards so far. Mason is in the backfield. He gets the handoff. Mason gets the first down at the 30. Vikings continue their drive. First down from the 30. Uh-oh, McCarthy took too long on the snap. He gets sacked. McCarthy took way too long. Looked like he was going to hand off, and then looked like he was going to hand off to a second. He made 2 fake handoffs, and that took way too long, and that caused him to go down. Second and 18 after the sack on McCarthy. He has time, throws over the middle, incomplete for T.J. Hawkins, excuse me. Oh my God, of course when I try to say this guy's name, choke on water. It's going to be third down and long. All right, third and 18. Low snap. McCarthy throws. It was caught by Thielen, and now they say he couldn't haul it in. Or did down. Originally, it looked like it was incomplete. Let's see. Oh, he was down. His knee was down as he secured the football. His knee was down before it came out. That is a first down. Holy crap, what a grab by Adam Thielen. The returning Viking making his first catch of the night. Now they're inside the 20. McCarthy going for the end zone. Naylor! Caught on the sideline at the 1. First and goal, Minnesota. Wow, Naylor looked like he was going to go for it. McCarthy looked like he was going to go for it all. He had Naylor just a yard shy of the first down. But it is first and goal at the 1. McCarthy this drive, 5 completions for 59 yards. They are getting ever so close. Oh, McCarthy fumbles the snap. He gets on it. Looking. Incomplete for Jefferson. Holy crap, great awareness by McCarthy. He fumbled the snap. He was lucky to get back on it and try to make some form of a play. And he just got rid of it, which was the right thing to do. You do not want to lose yardage in this situation. Oh, you faked the handout to Mason. He was fortunate enough to pick it up. Ooh, just sort of basketball dribbled it back to himself and then just got rid of it. Avoids a massive disaster. Second and goal from the 1. Actually, from the 2. And more movement before the snap. This is going to be another false start. Actually, no, they didn't get the snap off in time. It's a delay of game. Wow, so they end up moving back 5 anyway. So now they're backed up to the 7. Coming up on 8.5 left to go in this first half. Get more water here. Backed up to the 7. Second down and goal. McCarthy. Look out from behind. Down he goes. Sacked again by Atlanta. They go backwards again. Oh boy, it's going to be third and goal. They're going to have a third and long situation here. And the thing, they had first down and goal at the 2-yard line. Then a penalty and then a sack. They're going the wrong way as they want to try to get themselves a score. The third Atlanta sack for their defense in this game. Third and goal. McCarthy is sacked again. 2 straight sacks for the Atlanta defense is going to end this drive for the Vikings. Fourth down, and out comes the field goal unit. Man, all that momentum got halted. First the delay of game, and then 2 consecutive sacks from that Atlanta defense is going to force Will Reichert to come out and try a 33-yard field goal attempt to put the Vikings on the board. Good snap, good hold. Reichert's kick is good. And they are only able to come away with 3 points. Wow. Talk about a drive that ends in disaster. to mix around this ice and this water. It was as warm as can be. There we go. Oh, that's why they had Parker Romo, because Younghoe Koo was ruled out for Sunday. But it wasn't for any injuries. They're just trying a change at kicker. All because Koo didn't do well last week. Interesting. So yeah, it looks like Younghoe Koo is not playing in this game for the Falcons as the kicker. So far, Parker Romo has delivered 2 for 2 on field goal tries. All right, here's the kickoff back to Atlanta. Here's the kick. Return from inside the 5. It gets fumbled. And it leads to not a good return. Only down inside the 20. Well, okay, it's not the worst return, but it's not the best. Atlanta, they're going the Costco reference on this graphic as they talk about Michael Penix. Wow, when he was in Indiana, he had 4 season-ending injuries in 4 years. 8th overall pick in last year's draft. We saw him make his debut against the Commanders on a Sunday nighter. Of course, they fell in overtime. First down from the 23. Better change that. And up to Bijan Robinson. Down to the 30. Good game to start. And there's Kirk Cousins, still watching from the sidelines. 16 interceptions last year, tied for most in the NFL with who else but Baker Mayfield. Second down and 3. Back to Bijan. I think I probably called him Bijan before on the last play, but I meant to say Bijan. I know I'm going to keep screwing that up, so a warning. I'm just now getting used to the name change of how I pronounce it. Bijan Robinson. All right? Get that engraved in your head, JC. Ugh. Don't worry, I'm going to get used to this name change. Third and inches. Here's Algier. Easily gets the first down. God dang it, worthless. I want to see this guy on my screen. It's covering this son of a bitch as I can see only Tarico, because Jesus Christ, I hate that guy. Snark and I just have this relentless hate for Collinsworthless. It's not even funny. First down for the Falcons. Penix under some pressure. He's sacked! Oh, the Vikings now with their first sack of the game. Oh boy, time was just running out for Michael Penix. He could not find anybody and just goes down. Vikings defensive unit, even with all those injuries, are starting to pick up the pace here on defense. Ooh, 3 defenders in pursuit of Penix, and it was the third one that brought him down. Turner. Ugh. All right. 2nd and 20. Penix. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Intended for McLeod. I believe it's Ray McLeod who was the intended receiver. Could not hold that one in. It's now 3rd and 20 for Atlanta. 4:10 left in this first half. Ground to Minnesota getting fired up as expected. This is a big 3rd and long. Vikings can get a stop here and potentially get themselves some decent field position. 3rd down and 20 from the 26-yard line. Penix. Short throw to Bijan Robinson. Robinson still in bounds and is going to be about 5 yards shy of the first down. Will not quite get it done. And the Falcons will have to punt this away. I think this might be their first punt of the game. Here's the punt. Return and then tackled immediately inside the 10. Absolutely no chance for the Vikings to make a punt return. They'll be pinned down inside their own 10-yard line. Ugh, man, gotta love water, man. Ugh. All right. So if you're new here, don't hesitate to subscribe. We're gonna have our first Monday night doubleheader of the 2025 season in just week number 2. I'm gonna try to get NFL Plus by either by the end of the day or tomorrow night. But I am going to be going live for both of the Monday night games at the same time. Oh, that was awkward. Apologies for that, folks. Got back just in time for the Vikings to start their next drive. Here's Aaron Jones. Oh, pushing his own men forward as well. But he'll be down near the 20. Needless to say, I'm gonna have some dishes to wash here after the game. Just from eating all these ice cream bowls and not washing to save my ass. All right, gain of 6 by Aaron Jones. Second down at 4 from the 19. McCarthy throws over the middle. Pass is caught. First down. Adam Thielen. Vikings pick up the pace a little bit. They have all 3 of their timeouts and the 2-minute warning. All right. Here we go. 2:16 left and counting. They got to run a play here before the 2-minute warning. McCarthy steps back, throws high. It is intercepted by the Falcons. And of all things, McCarthy throws an interception. Unless it touched the ground. No, it did not. That's an interception intended for Naylor. Bowman of the Falcons comes through with a big interception. And the Falcons will take over. No doubt about it. The ball did not touch the ground. Bowman comes through with the interception. Each team now with a turnover in this game. So now the Falcons will take over at the Minnesota 38. John Robinson on the handoff. Just gets 3 yards. And we are now at the 2-minute warning. Ugh. Ugh. Man, never get tired of water, dude. Get that out of the way. Oh, hey. All right. Here we go. Second down for the Falcons coming out of the 2-minute warning. Penix with a flag down. He gets hit as he throws. Pass sail's incomplete, but I don't think this is going to matter. I think this was a free play. Because I think the Vikings jumped off sides. And a Vikings defender is hurt. Oh, wait a minute, though. Not only was there an offside on the Vikings, but there was also a holding on the Falcons. So we had offsetting penalties. So they will replay second down. It's ironic. The man that jumped early got held. It's going to be 2nd and 7 again after a injury timeout. Excuse me. Oh, man. All right, so again, taking an injury timeout because of the injured Viking defender. But they will replay second down once they return, which is actually right now. Okay. So it'll be 2nd and 7. From the 35-yard line of the Vikings. And up to Bijan Robinson. Robinson! Close to the first down. He's going to be a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard. Clock winding down, and Vikings did have to burn their first time out because of the injury. So both teams each with 2 timeouts left. It's 3rd and inches. Here's Algier, gets the first down. Algier inside the 20, first down. Falcons choosing not to use a timeout yet. Under a minute left and counting, they're taking quite a bit of time off of this clock. They're in Romo's field goal range, which is not really anything they want to try to leave time for Minnesota for. First down from the 19. Penix to Algier. Gain of about 4. Second down, he steps out of bounds. Clock stops at 36 seconds left. Penix tonight has gone 7 completions for 76 yards. Second and 6 from the 15. Penix. End zone incomplete for Darnell Mooney. Third down coming up for Atlanta. 33 seconds left. All right, third down and 6. Only had 2 field goals when they've been in the red zone for 2 drives. Penix throws incomplete for Ray McLeod. Fourth down. And now they're going to bring out Parker Romo for the 3rd time in this red zone drive. Boy, McLeod wasn't even ready for it. All right, official distance on this field goal try. It's going to be 33 yards. Good snap, good hold. Kick is good. Falcons up 9-3, but the Vikings will get another drive to try to get some form of points. And 25 seconds left in this game, at least the first half of it. Vikings have 2 timeouts to their disposal. All right. Yes, I'm wearing socks before anybody says anything. Here we go. 25 seconds left. Both teams have had almost the exact same number of plays, but the Falcons have had more success. And here we go. Kick is away. Here's the return. Trying to cut to the right side. He's got some room. Now runs out. Down to the 20. They have 18 seconds to try to do something. Not you again. Oh, my God. Why do they got to highlight this guy like every time? Ugh. I'm covering this bastard up. Ugh. Jesus. Thank God I don't have to see him anymore. Ugh. Fuck you, worthless. First down from the 20. High snap. McCarthy under some pressure. You cannot take a sack there, and he does. What were you thinking? McCarthy, you know better than that. Get rid of the... Why did I give possession back to Atlanta? McCarthy, you know better than that. You can't take a sack there. Now you just force your team to use your second timeout. Unreal. Damn. Mistakes just all over the place. And we have an injured Falcon on defense. Terrell Jr., number 24. Let's see what impact he sustained. Oh! His right foot stepped onto the foot of Naylor. And the Falcons have to burn their second timeout as well. A.J. Terrell Jr., in his 6th season, the veteran cornerback, currently heading to the sidelines. I'm going to give the Vikings a second timeout back because apparently Minnesota did not use it. They did the smart thing and they were lucky that an injury unfolded for them to save time. 2nd and 13. McCarthy steps back. He's going to launch it. He's got Jefferson wide open. 3, 2. Timeout taken. Oh my God, they go for a deep shot and it pays off. Timeout taken with 2 seconds left. Holy crap, nobody was even covering Justin Jefferson. Makes a cut on an Atlanta defender, and then he was just wide open and took off. Did the smart thing and got down and allowed the Colts to call a timeout with 2 seconds left. And now they can send out the field goal unit. Will Reichard. This is a 51-yard attempt to make this a 3-point game at the half. Good snap, good hold. Kick is good. It's a 9-6 game at the half. From 51 yards out. Man, this first half has been nothing but field goals. And the Vikings will get the football to start the second half. Wow. So, this game's been a pretty, I would say pretty lackluster so far in terms of offensive productivity, but damn. All right, so it's officially halftime here. Take a look at some first half stats from these guys. So, Michael Penix so far in this game has had 7 completions for 76 yards. McCarthy's had 8 completions for 118 yards and 3 carries for 8 yards and an interception. Bijan Robinson has been heavily involved with the ground game for Atlanta. 9 carries for 72 yards and 2 receptions for 20 yards. He's also been an active receiver. Bijan proving to be active in both the run and the passing game. Jordan Mason has actually been the busier running back over Aaron Jones. Mason for Minnesota. Mason with 5 carries for 18 yards and a reception for 2 yards, while Jones has only had 4 carries for 15 total yards. Tyler Algier for the Falcons, meanwhile, has had 4 carries for 25 yards and a reception for 4 yards. If we want to talk wide receivers, well, not much has been happening for Atlanta. Only 1 reception for 18 yards by Drake London, and that only reception led to a fumble that he lost. Darnell Mooney had 2 targets and couldn't complete anything. Raver McLeod had 2 targets, couldn't haul any of those in. And then for the Vikings, it's been the total opposite. Justin Jefferson, 2 receptions for 59 yards. Jalen Naylor with 3 receptions for 31 yards. Adam Thielen, 2 receptions for 26. The tight ends, it's been a battle of 2 different spectrums. Falcons with Kyle Pitts, he's been pretty involved, but not a lot though. 3 receptions for 34 yards, while TJ Hawkinson has only had 1 target and did not haul it in. The kickers have been the busiest. Parker Romo has made 1 field goal from inside 20 yards and 2 field goals from inside 30 yards. Responsible for the Falcons' his only points in this game. And Will Reichert has been responsible for Minnesota's only points. 2 field goals he's made, 1 from inside 30, 1 from inside 50. And as for the defenses, the Falcons have had 1 interception, have allowed 6 points only, and 5 sacks on J.J. McCarthy. 5 of them in just the first half alone. Well, the Vikings have had 9 points allowed, 1 sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. For the most part, these 2 teams have had their ups and downs in this first half. Now, one thing I will say, though, next week's Sunday night game could prove to be a better one than anticipated. Why is that? Because it's the Chiefs against the Giants. You heard that right. Chiefs versus the Giants. We will, of course, be live for that game. Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that water's good. That burp probably didn't pick up on the microphone, but I don't care. If it did, excuse me, if it didn't, disregard. Boy, I tell you though, football has seen quite the interesting developments happen. Okay, that one didn't pick up on the mic. Excuse me. Oh, God. gotta stretch here a little bit. Sitting on this chair for the better part of I think I want to say now 5 hours we're coming up on, so it's gonna be one of those streams to where flexibilities are gonna be tested. I still can't fathom how on earth the Cowboys could struggle could struggle that badly against the Giants. I don't think I can stress that enough. We've had the Giants number for the past few years. And for them to keep it as competitive as they did, of all times now, at home of all places too, your own fans had to witness them. Your own fans had to witness you keeping it very close against the Giants. I am flat out just appalled by how they performed today. They got the win, but I'm not optimistic anymore. I was hopeful after they kept it close to the Eagles and fell short. They got the win against the Giants, but it was not easy. I can't believe I'm saying this about the freaking Giants. They should have steamrolled them from the get-go. But that defense is awful. And to think, they got Chicago coming up next week on the road, which we will be live for as well. So I'll be watching that game, and if they get steamrolled by the Bears, which now it's seeming like it's possible, hope could start to dwindle for me. I do not want to have a repeat of last year at all, man. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through the same old shit from last season that proved to just be a bad year for this Dallas team. Again, they kept it close with the Eagles last week. They fell short. But, oh my God. And while I'm talking about this Cowboys win over the G-Men, they're showing the Dallas Cowboys post-game celebration after they barely win in OT against the G-Men. Really? Yeah, y'all can celebrate all you want. 6 lead changes in the fourth quarter and overtime, tied for most in NFL history. The last time was in 2013 with the Vikings and the Ravens. And Brandon Aubrey, the first kicker to make a game-tying field goal with no time left in the fourth quarter, and a game-winning field goal with no time left in overtime. Wow. Again, Dallas just got fucking lucky. But like I said, they've got the Bears next week on the road, and I'll be watching. I'm not expecting Dallas to dominate them. Not after what I saw from this defense. At this point, I just don't know what to think about this Dallas team. We came in with high hopes after keeping it close to the Eagles and falling short. Okay, I'm surprised they kept it competitive and didn't get blown out. They fell short, but what can you do? But then today we have an installment of the Cardiac Cowboys against the Giants. Really? Really? Like, why do the Cardiac Cowboys always have to come to play every single game? Like a majority of the games. Not all of them, but... Well, things to do. I have to freaking sneeze. Like, really? Don't like sneezing on camera, man. It's disgusting. I don't feel comfortable doing it on cam. Hell, I'm like, I can mute my mic before doing so, but ugh. Anyways, like I said before, I'll be watching. Next week. And I'm actually going to pick the Bears to win that game. How is it the Dallas were 4.5-point favorites at home and yet they couldn't even cover? Like, this makes no damn sense. The fact that they kept it competitive against the G-Men really shows that this defense is awful. Fucking awful, man. You can't win a championship if your defense isn't going to help you out. Your offense may be top tier, but what's the point if your defense can't do their job? Like, that, it's inexcusable. I'm not going to sit here ranting over the same thing over and over and over again, but I'm just passing the time until we get ready for the second half, which it doesn't look like it's going to be much longer now. But one thing I will say before we get to the second half, because it is about to start here in a second. Dallas, Jadeveon Clowney, I will say, was signed right after the game when they won against the Giants. So Jadeveon Clowney, a defensive end, still good, but it's still a good signing. But for the love of God, I haven't said this much because there have been rumors circulating around it, and I don't trust rumors. But Stephon Gilmore, go get him. Seriously, you all need help defensively. Ran over. And, well, as for this game, it's the first one this season without a touchdown in the first half. These two quarterbacks have been not the best. Y'all heard the stats during halftime. The defense for each of these teams has been pretty solid. But for the Falcons, with 5 sacks on McCarthy, that's the most in a first half for them since 2009. Anyways, ran over for the Cowboys. We're going to go ahead and get into the second half of this game. Okay. Here's the kick, and we continue from Minnesota. Here is the return. And down inside the 20. So far in the first half, McCarthy's just had a bunch of miscues. Hoping he could turn this around in the second half like he did last week against the Bears. It's a close game right now. It's a 3-point difference, but we'll see what happens. Start the second half with a first down from the 22-yard line for the Vikings. Toss to Jones. Aaron Jones gets 8 as he's forced out of bounds. Okay. All right, second down and 2. McCarthy Takes a deep shot for Thielen. He can't haul it in. I thought he had him. I really thought he had him, man. Acquired from the Panthers on August 27th, played his first 9 seasons with the Vikings, went to Carolina last year, but has returned this year. He almost had a deep shot from McCarthy, but it's now 3rd down and 2 for the Vikings. On 3rd down, McCarthy throws. That one's intercepted! Is that Bowman again? Oh my God, Bowman down inside the 10! Holy crap, Bowman with 2 interceptions on McCarthy! Off the hands of Hawkinson. Oh, wait a minute, that may have touched the ground. That ball may have touched the ground. Hold on a second. They need to take another look at this. This is going to be an incomplete pass. And it is. They overrule it. It is an incomplete pass. It's 4th down. But the Vikings will still have to punt this away. They go 3 and out on their opening drive. Well, do they go 3 and out? No. I don't even know. They did. They went 3 and out. Well, you know, I don't know. No, they did. They went 3 and out. They didn't pick up a first down. What am I saying? So the Vikings will have to punt this away. All this dust on off of my freaking phone screen, man. Freaking ridiculous. All right, here's the kick. Fair caught inside the 20. Taterhead, Kenton, good to see you two in the chat. I do apologize for not noticing your chat sooner. I've been focusing on the overlay for OBS, so I haven't had many opportunities to look at the chat. We'll have to bear with me on that. I do apologize. All right, first down for the Falcons. And up to Bijan Robinson. This man has been busy, still on his feet. A gain of 9 when it looked like originally he was going to get 4. Bijan Robinson proving to be the most effective player on that Atlanta defense. Gets 9, somehow does not hit the ground, and keeps on going. Great awareness by Bijan. Second and 1 from the 30. 81 rushing yards, 20 receiving yards for Bijan Robinson on the night. He gets another handoff. Hesitates a little bit, but will push through for the first down with forward progress. Wow. Most 100-plus scrimmage yard games since 2023. Bijan Robinson leads the list at 20. Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry are tied in second with 18. Bijan on the verge of potentially getting number 21. Actually, no, he already did that. And flags come down on this first down play as there was movement prior to the snap. False start on the Falcons. It's Wilkinson of the offensive line. So make it first down and 15. First and 15 from the 27. Penix, incomplete for Drake London. Wow. I said the Bijan's been a busy man. All right. Falcons are dealing with a second and 15. They're at their own 27. Back to Bijan Robinson with a little bit of room. Robinson inside the 35 to the 37. It now becomes a third and manageable for the Falcons. It's third and 4. On third down, Penix throws. Caught by Darnell Mooney, first down Atlanta. Oh, did that ball touch the ground, though? Doesn't look like it did. It's a first down for the Falcons. They're at the 49-yard line. Hand off to Tyler Algier. He can't get anything, swallowed up by that Minnesota defense. Algier's going to lose some yardage. My God. Vikings in on that stop. As Algier can't get anything done. It's going to be second down. All right, second down and 11. Penix throws it, caught by Mooney. Darnell Mooney near the 40. To the 42-yard line. They're now in Minnesota territory, but it's going to be third down and short for Atlanta. All right, here we go. Third down and 2. Hand off to Algier. Gets the first down inside the 40. All right. First down from the 40-yard line of Minnesota. Hand off to Bijan Robinson. Robinson with some running room. First down inside the 25. He continues to cook that Minnesota defense. Man, oh man. Robinson's just the better running back for this Atlanta team. Just continues to steamroll this Minnesota defense like it's nothing. First down from the 22. Robinson again. Able to pick up 3 yards, but that's one of his worst plays as a running back in this game so far. Robinson's just been really, really busy for this team. On second down, Penix out to his left. Throws for Robinson. He's got it. 2 yards shy, though. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Boy. They just showed shots of Robinson working on his Sunday night introduction, like his SNF intro reel. It's only a few seconds, but man, those few seconds are life-changing for football players. 3rd down and 2. Hand off to Algier, and he can't get it. Stopped a yard behind the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down. Now, what do you do if you're the Falcons? They're going to bring out Parker Romo again. His 4th field goal try of this game. He's been busy. He may be just as busy as Bijan Robinson. Actually, no, he hasn't. Robinson's been way busier than Parker Romo, that's for sure. All right, official distance on this. So far, Romo's made from 38, 29, and 33. We have another 33-yard attempt here for Romo coming up. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. Falcons enter double digits. All right, 12-6 ball game. Vikings now have an opportunity to answer themselves. Again, these offenses, this Minnesota offense, if they want to get back into the swing of things, they can't take any more field goals. They've got to score at least a touchdown for themselves. Can't just be affording to take these field goals, man. No excuses and no exceptions. They've got to start doing something on offense. This is exactly what I said last Monday, and they ended up winning it. They did exactly as I said. But can they do as I say this time? You gotta say, though, looking at the commercial for the Taco Bell Y2K menu, so I had a couple things from that menu yesterday. I had the Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Taco, which that was a good investment. That was actually good. I'm just sad I missed out on it a few years ago when it first dropped. What else did I have? I remember also having the double-decker taco, I think it was. That one was pretty good. But the best item easily of that menu is one that I never tried when it first released earlier in the year. Their caramel apple empanada. I finally got to try it on yesterday, and my God, those empanadas may be $3 each, but damn, they are amazing. Easily Taco Bell's best dessert item that they have ever had in their career, that they've had in their entire lifetime. They brought it back for a second time because they had it released earlier. I didn't get an opportunity to try it when it first dropped, but I finally had a chance to eat it and try it on the second time it dropped, and boy, it is so good, man. If you're ever at Taco Bell, I highly recommend, while you have time, as of right now, as at the time we're live, you can get a caramel apple empanada right now at Taco Bell. It is $3, and it's not big, but trust me, you are going to enjoy it. if you are a big apple pie lover, even an apple pie lover like myself, that was perfect. It's a good dessert. All right, so it's a first down for the Falcons, for the Vikings as they're inside the 30 on the kickoff return. The kickoff return happened while I was gloating about the empanada. Mason picked up 2 yards on the handoff. Oh, what the heck? Good God. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. Here's McCarthy on 2nd down. Wide open is Mason, and he's going to be just a yard shy. Just a couple of yards shy, I should say. So it's going to be 3rd down and short for the Vikings. Like I was saying previously, though, Minnesota's got to get it into gear offensively. They can't just afford to take field goals anymore. It's clearly not going to cut it. They've got to get something done offensively, like they have to score a tutty. Yes, I said tutty. Don't judge me. 3rd down and 1. Mason trying to get the first down, and I don't think he got it. No, he did not. Is it another 3? Oh, my God. How can I never remember if they went 3 and out or picked up a first down at some point? Golly. Well, anyways, it's 4th down and 1. And if you're the Vikings, what do you do here? You're only down 1 score here. But you haven't been able to get a touchdown at all this game. Oh, boy, they're going for this. 4th down and 1. They are taking their chances. And I believe they got it as McCarthy sneaks it in. He got it. First down, Minnesota. McCarthy gets some well-deserved redemption. After he couldn't convert the last 4th down attempt where they snuck it. First down for Minnesota from the 41-yard line. Mason hesitates. Now he's got some room. Jordan Mason inside the 50, inside the 45. Into Falcons territory, but there is a flag, so hold on. And it will not count. It's coming back. Holding on the Vikings' 10-yard penalty. They go backwards. In true fashion, when a big play happens, the holding call erases everything. Rather than having a big first down in the Falcons' territory, they instead go deeper into their own as they go back 10 yards. 1st and 20 now for Minnesota. Oh, man. First and 20. McCarthy dropped by Jones. Jones could not haul it in and take off. Incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 20. Good Lord. Vikings just can't seem to get anything done. This penalty may be ruining their momentum here. 2nd and 20. McCarthy, look out from behind. He's going to run with it. McCarthy inside the 40, inside the 45, down to the 48-yard line. And now it's become a 3rd and manageable. Oh boy, can they get this first down? I believe it's a 3rd and 3. Third and 4, actually. And it could become a 3rd and 9. It will become a 3rd and 9. False start on the lineman O'Neal. They go back 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Wow. Third and 9. McCarthy throws. It is caught by Jefferson, and now they say it's incomplete as it touched the ground. 4th down. They got to kick this away. Another drive that showed promise ruined. I don't know, though. There's a chance Jefferson might have come away with that. It didn't look like it hit the ground. I mean, could the Vikings challenge this? Well, they won't do it. They're just gonna let the punt unfold. Fair caught inside the 15 at the 18-yard line. All right. Okay. Oh, God. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, get rid of that. I don't know why that's there. Whoops. Oh, God. The heck happened there? We probably had some slight connection issues there, guys. I'm sorry about that. Good Lord, 4 likes on the stream. Dang. It's more than I've had in a while. Appreciate the hell out of y'all, as Tom Grossi would say. The more likes the streams get, the better I get noticed in the YouTube algorithm, which probably may not get a lot of views, but you know what? I don't care. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy actually calling this because I feel like I could call the games a little bit better than the actual broadcasters themselves. People have always said I had the voice of a broadcaster, and I'm putting it to good use. And if it doesn't get seen by a lot of people, oh well. You know, one thing I could hope for is that I get a good broadcasting gig, like maybe some kind of sports company near me, but it's a long shot at this point. Like again, I know I get a lot of rep from everybody saying that I have a good sportscaster voice, but it just doesn't get noticed enough, you know. All right, here we go. First down for the Falcons. Handoff to Bijan Robinson. He will get 3 yards down to I believe, the 30-yard line. That brings up second down. All right, second down at 6. Penix sacked! Holy crap! Oh, man, that was quick! Whoa! Greenert seemingly came out of nowhere to sack Penix. Man! I don't think anybody was even blocking the guy. I just beat the one lineman that blocked him and then just blasted him. Boom! Delivered the blow. Man, that was a monster sack. Just their second one of this game. Now they're backed up to the 13-yard line. 3rd and 14. Oh, here they come again. Pass is broken up. Intended for Kyle Pitts. And now the Falcons go 3 and out. Damn. Vikings defense just woke up all of a sudden. Metellus in coverage of Pitts. Bam! Just gets the hand on it and breaks it up. Now the Falcons will have to punt this away with 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the kick. Takes a bounce. Return from inside the 40. Trying to get into Falcons territory. Will not do so. Down at the 48-yard line. And that is how the third quarter will come to an end. And McCarthy will go back to work, closing in on enemy territory already. They'll have good field position as they'll start their next drive when the fourth quarter starts in just a moment. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying before, though. A lot of people have, some of my acquaintances, some friends have told me that I made throughout the years in, especially high school and college, where people have always said I have the voice of a broadcaster or like a commentator, and by starting this whole streaming biz, I've taken it to a whole nother level and just put it to good use. And thankfully, thanks to Tom Grossi, he helped. I know I've said this multiple times over the years, but Tom's raid way back in 2022 when we did the Sunday night game in week 2 where the Bears took on the Packers and he raided me at halftime. That was really the moment where we started to go up. We pivoted. And crazily enough, when the Cowboys faced the Packers in the playoffs, the views just skyrocketed. To this day, that's the most viewed live stream that this channel's history has ever had. With over 4,100 views. That stream with the Packers and the Cowboys, that wild card game 2 years ago, has been the single most viewed stream of this channel's 4-year career. And I genuinely cannot thank y'all enough for all the support that you guys have given me over these 4 years. Whether you've been here since year 1 or you're just tuning in for the very first time, we welcome everybody in. Just be warned that if you're under 18 years of age, that there will be some cursing throughout some of these streams, but still, I genuinely cannot thank y'all enough for the support that we've had these past 4 years, and how y'all have just enjoyed the commentators, the commentary, the reactions, the highlights that we've witnessed here. It's just been amazing, and we're going to keep hustling, man. What else can I say? So, thank you all so much, and let's get back to some football here. We start the fourth quarter with a first down from the 48, and McCarthy gets sacked! Strip sacked! Well, that just happened. McCarthy gets strip sacked, and it's recovered by the Falcons. One play from scrimmage, and the Vikings already turn it over. Golly. And the ball came out well before McCarthy touched the ground. Damn, it is Falcons football. That's a big turnover for them. Opportunity maybe to extend their lead. Wow, 6 sacks for this Atlanta defense. They'll take over at the Minnesota 38-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson steamrolling and tripped up and could have taken it for a first down and maybe more if he got out of that tackle attempt. He will pick up 8 on that run, however. Brings up second down. Just, wow, dude. The second down and 2 from the 30. London in motion. Another handoff to Bijan Robinson. Making a couple defenders miss. And it's going to depend on the spot, but I do think he's picked up the first down. Yes, he did. All right. Falcons with some incredibly good momentum from Bijan Robinson, man. Look at this. 17 rushes for 128 yards on the night for Bijan Robinson. He's still steamrolling this Vikings defense. First down from the 28. Back to Robinson he goes. He makes a juke move. He stumbles, but he's still going to lose 2 yards as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That is going to bring up a second down and 12. After the Vikings were prepared for that Bijan run. Oh, man. Crazy how we've had no touchdowns in this whole game. But it could still change. We still have under 13 minutes left to go. Anything is still possible. Second and 12 from the 30. Penix looking to throw, and he gets sacked instead! Whoa, my God! The third sack for this Vikings defense on the night as Redmond comes home for the sack. And now the Falcons have a third and long yet again. Oh, wow. So now it's 3rd and 21 for Atlanta. Backed up to the 39. Penix steps back. And now they whistle this play dead as we have a timeout on the field prior to the snap. The Falcons use their first timeout. Boy, oh boy. 12:06 left. I mean, anything is still possible here, folks. You know, give him credit. It had been a while since I've seen him, but fuck, man, I hate Collinsworth, man. I hate seeing the guy, especially with no suit on. Just this dress shirt, like Jesus. That. Get him on my damn screen already. Wrong finger. Ugh. Fuck this guy. God. Why is he still the color commentator, for the love of God? Ugh. Sorry, guys. Collinsworth hate over. 3rd and 21. Penix throws, passes caught by Kyle Pitts. He's not even close. Metellus on the tackle. 4th down. Falcons will have to go for another field goal. Unless they're too far away, then they'll have to punt this away. That looks like Parker Romo to me. They're going to kick a field goal here. So here we go, man. He's made 4 field goals, 38, 29, and 2 33-yard attempts. But this one is a 54-yarder to make this a 9-point lead. Good snap, good hold. Romo's kick is good. 5 for 5 for Parker Romo, responsible for the team's only points this whole game. As the Falcons now take a 9-point lead over the Vikings, and it becomes a 2-score advantage. Wow. Damn. Now the Vikings have to answer. It's now or never at this point. If that offense doesn't gear up and shape up, they're going to be shipping out of Minnesota with an L. They were able to pull off an incredible comeback against the Bears, so I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. So we'll see soon enough what the Vikings can do here. Either way, though, game's still not over. Should mention for, well, actually I'm not going to say it. Don't want to jinx it, but my opponent in fantasy right now is now projected to lose when he was originally projected to win earlier today. But his primetime receivers not coming through for him. Sorry about that, guys. Can't really control those, you know what I'm saying? Alright, how much time is left? Freaking 11:16 left. Jesus. Boy, this is really proving to be a long game, man. Like a really long game. Alright, 11:16 left. Here comes the kickoff. Here's the return inside the 5. Can't get to the 20. He's going to get tackled inside the 15-yard line. Dang. Signing a defense for the Falcons. Let's see, 169 sacks from 2019 to 24. Last in the NFL and 30 fewer than any other team. Since 2016, the defense has had no player with 10 or more sacks, the longest drought in the NFL. This year, they drafted Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., 15th and 26th overall pick after trading up. And they had another player signed in free agency. First down from the 19. And off to Mason. Mason gets 7. All right. Second down and 3. Hand out to Mason. Gets out of a couple tackles, but he'll only pick up 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Minnesota here in a second. Oh, boy. All right, 3rd down and 1. McCarthy looking to throw. Takes a deep shot. Too far for Naylor. 4th down again. And at this one, I think you would go for it here. You're down 9. You've got no other alternative at this point. He had the right intention. He just threw it too far. Really? They're going to kick this away again. Wow, they're actually going to punt it away. Surprised they didn't try to at least go for it here. Fair caught at the 17-yard line by Brooks. And that'll be where the Falcons will take over. But man, this game has not been a good one for the most part in terms of scoring. In terms of defensive dominances, that's a whole nother story. All right, you guys are going to get a chair cam here because I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. We'll see y'all in a few minutes. Be right back. Chair cam activated. Chair cam deactivated. All right. Let's keep this going, folks. Still got a long way to go. Game's not necessarily over just yet. 9:39 left. Here we go. First down from the 17-yard line, and up to Bijan Robinson, who continues to get busy. Gain of just 2 yards. Second down. Second down and 8. And up to Bijan again. Looked like he gained about 4 on 4 to 5. It'll be third down and short. Oh boy, meanwhile Jefferson getting his right arm checked out. That's something to monitor there. All right, third down and 2. Penix throws. It is caught by Drake London, making his first catch of the night for the first down. I believe he gained about 11 yards on that one. Two receptions for 28 yards. Right, first down from the 35. Here is a handoff to Algier for a small gain, but a flag is down as well. Oof, holding on the Falcons. 10-yard penalty is going to be first down and 20 now. All right, first down and 20 from the 25. Pitts throws. London's got the catch. London! Oh boy, gets a first down. Wow. Another reception for London, and this is starting to concern me because my fantasy opponent has Drake London, and now he's starting to do something which I don't like. Stop throwing the ball to London, dude. That's his third reception of the night, and I'm not liking it. God dang it! First down, Algier to midfield. God. London had 0.8 points. Now he's up to freaking 5.9. Oh, when a Vikings defender is injured. Why do you have to throw to freaking Drake London, of all people, a man who didn't even get involved the whole game until now? He was just fine at 0.8. He did not need to freaking get involved with this team. Like, God. Just frustrates me to the damn core, like, every single freaking time. Just don't want London to get involved in this game anymore. boy, and it's Murphy, number 59, that has to go into the blue tent. What on earth even happened to him? Oh, a non-contact injury to his left leg. Boy. I tell you, you'd never like to see those non-contact injuries. All right, it's going to be second down and 6. Clock winding down. Hand out to Algier. Algier gets a first down. Algier down the sideline. First down, Atlanta. Wow. Algier now starting to get involved in the ground game here. Drake London out there throwing blocks. Better, honestly, keep doing that. Keep throwing blocks rather than catching footballs, because that's not what I want. I wanted blocking. Another handoff to Algier. Algier getting through some holes. Algier down to the 20-yard line. Another first down. Falcons are using the run very effectively here. Ten rushes for 59 yards for Algier. Now from the 20. Another handoff. Algier this time can only get a single yard, maybe 2. Brings up second down. .4:17 left in this game. And a timeout taken. Just do not want Drake London to do anything else. Not sure if it was an injury timeout or if a timeout was taken by a team, but either way. Just moving my legs around, just anticipation. Because I hate having to sit through so many constant commercial breaks. It means the stream goes on for longer, man. I hate it. I just want the stream to end for myself so I can... Well, okay, I shouldn't say the stream itself because I actually love streaming, but it's just... I just want this game to end so Drake London can't do anything else to hurt me and help my fantasy opponent. That's it. And again, an interesting battle is set to unfold for next week's Sunday Nighter. 2 winless teams, the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants, as that game will take place in MetLife. Could prove to be an interesting one. It was a timeout by the Vikings, so they did use their first one. Let's get rid of that. All right, so now it's going to be 2nd down and 9 with 4:18 remaining. Here we go. Hand up to Bijan Robinson. Gets a gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd down. Vikings will use their 2nd timeout. Boy, this is one crazy game. No touchdowns. We've seen nothing but field goals. 3rd down and 7. Hand off to Robinson. John Robinson! He's just a yard shy of it. 4th down. Vikings will use their final timeout. If you're the Falcons, I would just take the field goal. You make this, you'd be up by 12. It's still a 2-score game, but you would force the Vikings to have to score 2 touchdowns instead of a touchdown and a field goal. So if Atlanta's smart, they'll take the 3 points. Right? They're going to just kick the field goal? It's 4th and inches. And again, the safe bet is just take the 3. Oh, good Lord, they're going for this. Oh, God. It's a doable 4th down, but... Uh-oh. There was movement before the snap. Who jumped first? Who jumped first? The Vikings jumped first! And the Falcons will get a 1st down without having to do anything! Wow. The Vikings, of all things, jump at the worst possible time. Now the Falcons get themselves a 1st down by penalty. Damn. Golly, man. So now it's 1st and goal from the 6. Hand off to Algier. Yeah, he'll get 2 yards, it looks like. Brings up 2nd down. Whew, boy. Crazy game we've got unfolding here, folks. If you're new, subscribe. We do every single Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night game, and Sunday afternoon game that is our game of the week. At least 4 streams a week. Subscribe if you're new. 2nd and goal from the 5. Algier gets the handoff. He's in! Touchdown, Atlanta! Our first touchdown of the game. Tyler Algier is in, and the Falcons might have just iced this thing. All I'm going to say is, Thank God it was Algiers and not London. Whew. Now, if the Vikings could just hold on to this football for the rest of the game, that would be pretty damn nice. Here's the extra point by Parker Romo. Man, our first touchdown is by Tyler Algier. Extra point is good. 22-6 is the lead for the Falcons. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Took nearly the entirety of the game, but we finally got ourselves a score. Like, that's crazy. Oh, excuse me. Oh, boy. And guys, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Again, we do every single Thursday night, Sunday afternoon game that I can do. It's every Sunday night and every Monday night game. Even if it proves to be a trash bowl, I'm making a promise that we will be doing it. Try my best to get every single Cowboys game in as well, which can't get included in the stream schedule. There just wasn't one today because it was a noon game, and noon games are sadly ones I cannot do because of the fact that I have church at the time the Sunday noon game starts. So yeah. Anyways, that's not important. What is important is the fact that Minnesota might be done. The Vikings might be out of this thing. They're going to get the football back, but they've got a lot of work to do now that they allowed Atlanta to score that touchdown. And another Minnesota defender goes into the blue tent. Boy. Vikings just can't seem to escape that injury bug. All right, here is the kickoff return to the Vikings. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. First down, Minnesota from the 35. Second half possessions for the Vikings have not been pretty. 2 punts, then a fumble, and it ends up with, and then another punt. All right. 3:22 left. Vikings are out of timeouts, as you can see right here in this part of the screen. And flags come down as they did not get this play off in time. Oh, picked it up. Never mind. Turned out it was a false alarm. First down for the Vikings from their own 30. McCarthy. It as he throws passes incomplete for Jordan Mason. Brings up a second down. Wow. right, second down and 10 from the 30. McCarthy throws to his right. Hawkinson's wide open. Stiff arms the defender and picks up a first down inside the 40. The first time Hawkinson has been involved. Crazy how Kirk Cousins was the starting quarterback for Minnesota from 21 to 23, and when he joined Atlanta in 24, he was the starter there. First down from the 42. McCarthy escapes some sacks, throws over the middle. He's got Jefferson for the first down. Under 3 to go, but they are out of timeouts. The only opportunity to stop the clock for them is the 2-minute warning. They cannot be messing around. First down from the 36. McCarthy throws deep. Pass is intercepted. Picked up by the Falcons, but there is a flag. Watts may be celebrating, but let's see if the penalty is gonna have this interception stand. McCarthy's getting off the field. This might be on Minnesota. Yep, illegal shift on the Vikings. Penalties declined, and McCarthy throws another interception. The third turnover of the game. Wow. All right, so first down for Atlanta, 2:35 left. Hand off to Algier. They're just going to run this clock down. 2:30 left. Algier gets 7. Can run this down to the 2-minute warning if they want to. Then all Penix would have to do is just take a couple kneel downs, and that would be it. We're at the 2-minute warning, folks. But at this point, this game is over. The Falcons are going to take care of business against the Vikings tonight. Ugh. Man. Ugh. 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 Once this game ends, I'm just going to relax on the bed, just lie down with no worries at all. Very fortunate Dallas won earlier today, but, man. Butt freaking hurts, man. We're sitting in here so long. Sooner this game ends, the better. They could just call it a freaking night. They get ready for tomorrow night with the freaking double header. Since that's going to be a doozy. I have like 2 scoreboards right here, like one here, one up there. My big head will be like right in the middle of it. Jesus. In any case, thank y'all. I want to thank y'all here while we're on a break for the support on this stream. and a decent amount of viewers for the most part. Thank you all so much for being here, even if it's just for a few seconds or a few moments, or if you've been here for a while since the start of the stream. Thank you all so much for sticking around. Again, we'll be back at it tomorrow night on the Monday night doubleheader. Be the Buccaneers and the Texans first off, and then a few hours, and then a couple hours later, we'll have the Chargers-Raiders game, which, if I'm right about this, 6 p.m. Eastern, or no, 6 p.m. Central, that's a 9 o'clock start time, so, oh boy. Gonna be here, that stream's gonna be a while, folks. I did say I would do double headers. 2nd and 3, 2 minutes left. Falcons just looking to end this game and run this clock down. Hand off to Algier. Nothing but a yard, maybe 2. But it's going to be 3rd down coming up. So the Falcons, their upcoming schedules, they've got the Panthers next week, then the Commanders before they go on their early bye. Then they have the Bills and the Niners on Sunday Night Football. Then for Minnesota, they got the Vikings, or for the Vikings, they've got the Bengals. Then the Steelers and the Browns, both on the road before going off on their bye week. Then hosting the Eagles in week 7. So both the Falcons and the Vikings have early bye weeks. All right, 3rd down and 1. And off to Algier. Does not quite get the first down. He's going to be stopped just shy of it. It is going to be 4th down and inches for the Falcons here in a moment. Well, McCarthy's proven himself to be a fraud. Big old fraud. Well, clock winding down. And they will take a timeout. Yep, they will take a timeout with the play clock winding down. And the punter can try to just take a safety here. Stupid son of a bitch again. Really? Collins Worthless, why do I have to keep seeing you? If y'all are new here, Snark and I flat out hate Worthless. Like, Collinsworth's just one of those that we just can't, one of those people we just can't stand. Anyways, luckily there's only 28 seconds left. 4th down and 1 coming up. Again, Falcons could just take a safety if they wanted to. Just just don't kick it away. Just hold on to it for as long as you can until you get rushed. But instead, they will kick this away. Oh my God, of all things. Oh, my God. On the punt return, the returner fumbles, and the Falcons recovered. Oh, my God. Absolute disaster for Minnesota. Man, they can't even get an opportunity to possess the ball to end the game. They just had to give the Falcons an opportunity to just take a kneel down one more time and end it, dude. Man. What a way to end it, man. Price Fair caught it. He gave the signal, but then he fumbled it. Just for the Falcons to get a fumble recovery. Now Penix can officially take one more kneel down, and this game is over. The Atlanta Falcons are going to take down the Minnesota Vikings on the road 22-6. Golly. That was a hilarious way for that game to end. just the fact that, that on the punt, the returner fumbles it and the Vikings cannot even get an opportunity to possess the ball that end it. Falcons just take another knee to make it official. Wow. Well, folks, there you have it. Falcons took care of business against the Vikings and will improve to 1-1. Vikings, though, they fall to 1-1, and they've got the Bengals next week, while the Falcons have the Panthers. Whew. Folks, that's going to wrap things up here for this stream. Thank you all so much for watching and joining me here tonight. Crazy battle, man, but it was it was mostly field goals until the Falcons just took off and never looked back. Just extending and extending and extending their lead in that Falcons defense, making the Vikings look completely silly. Well, I need to go get some rest, guys, so we'll be back at it tomorrow night for the Monday Night Football doubleheader. Because, again, there's two games that we're going to be doing. We're going to have the Buccaneers taking on the Houston Texans, and now that I think about it, though, I don't think those two games are going to go on at the same time, because I'm probably just going to be focused on one game when it starts. But then we'll more than likely have the second game with little time left in the first one, so it won't necessarily be a doubleheader, I guess, since the games are going to be 3 hours apart, with the first one starting at 6 and then the second one starting at 9. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, I know that we're going to be in for a hell of a Monday night, that's for sure. All right, but in any case, let's see, Monday at 6 Central and then Monday at 9 Central, so yeah, 3 hours apart, so I guess it won't really be a doubleheader, but you know what, we'll be doing both games either way. They'll more than likely be in one stream, because I'm not going to separate streams in between games if one ends before the other, and hell, there's a chance it might not even end, because here we are over the 3 hour mark, for God's sakes. Alright, well, in any case, this stream's over for now. Until next time, I'm JC signing off, saying thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow night for the conclusion of Week 2 of the NFL season. Peace out, everybody.